I see this dude catching these crazy ass lobs. I'm like, yo, this is wild. So I'm like rewinding back through it, like trying to figure out like where was the coverage messed up at? And for those that don't understand, if Robert Williams is in a drop, if a big is in a drop on a pick and roll and Robert Williams is rolling, that big is taught. So the big, when I say a drop, that means his guy is setting the screen and he's a little beneath him so the guard can't turn the corner. That's a drop. And most bigs, 5 men play in a drop in the pick and roll. And you're taught as the big man to never let the roller, which would be Robert Williams, get behind you. Once you let the roller get behind you, you're dead.
It's over with.
So we're in shoot around early before the game earlier that day. It was an 8:00 game in Boston, so we had a shoot around. And I stopped the walkthrough and I'm like, fellas, listen, y'all have to understand, if you are even with Robert Williams, he's going to dunk on you. He will catch the lob on your head. I just watched him catch 3 of them on AD in one game.
Mm-hmm.
If you're even with, and that's AD, if you're even with him, he's going to catch it on your head, so you got to stay below him. And I'm like animated. I'm telling them and everybody like, all right, got it. And I get in the pick and roll, and now I'm dropped. And I thought I was beneath him,
mm-hmm.
and he still caught the lob on my head. And I'm like, to have that threat where you literally just put it up anywhere and he go get it,
throw it.
People don't understand, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. To me, having a lob threat, Robert Williams, JaVale McGee, for what they do for DeAndre Ayton's a good one as well.
Mm-hmm.
What they do for your floor spacing is equal to what a shooter does for your floor spacing, because you can't lead a body. What are your thoughts on you had the opportunity to play with someone like that on the daily? I've had that before in the past. What are your thoughts on having that lob threat and the dunker? Because I think it's just as important as having a shooter that spaced the floor.
It makes your offense so much more dynamic, right? You got somebody like me coming off the pick and roll. Nobody ever is going under, right?
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't mind it, but they're not going under. So you got to chase me over the top, because if you go under, I'm stopping behind, I'm shooting a 3. So if you got somebody chasing me over the top, and like you said, most traditional bigs are in drop. You know, a lot more recently, they corralling or up the touch, so I got to get out my hands. But you got somebody chasing me over the top. So now I got the defender in jail, he behind me. So now you got to make a decision. And, you know, somebody as athletic as Rob, even when I get in trouble and I don't got nobody, you just throw it in the area. So now you wondering if you want to try to stop me from scoring, or you don't want to give, because most bigs don't want to give up the lob. They hate going in the film and giving up a lob. No big wants their man to score. That is a fact, and we all know it.
Absolutely.
So it just, like you said, just like having a shooter, just makes it so much more dynamic, especially as athletic as a Rob or like a JaVale McGee, somebody that long. You just throw it up and they go get it.
Absolutely, man.